it's Jackie, and today we're going to take a look into my Fauxdori journal. I think I'm going to have to split this into two videos because I do have 4 inserts. So on this one, I'm going to show you my journal. I'm going to quickly flip through my bullet journal. I'm going to show you my planner and my reading journal, and then I'll do a separate video to go into my bullet journal in depth because it's just too much for me to cover in 15 minutes, and that's as much as I can upload at a time. So we'll jump straight into it. This is my Fauxdori. It is a Recollections string journal, and I love this thing. After a month, it's pretty chunky, but it's not so chunky it doesn't close, and that's all I ever ask for. So I'm really satisfied with it. I find it's making me be really creative, so I can't say enough about this journal. I really am enjoying it. So we jumped straight into my dashboard. I just put a piece of junk mail there. It had my name on it. I thought it was funny. And then we get into my journal insert. I was so surprised that I actually filled my journal insert in 1 month. This is totally full, so I just put October on it. I had an action-packed October. You can see it's a little mangled on the outside. There's some dirt and stuff. That's just because I usually pull it out when I'm working on it, and I think I probably set it in some adhesive or some paint or something. But it's fine. I don't really worry about that. So we'll go through it. I think I showed you these pages before. I just usually start my books with a selfie. And then this page was a dinner, or like a lunch my husband and I went to. So I just put some pictures of the food. I did an Inktense wash in the background, used some washi tape, put the name of the restaurant with some stickers. And then I think these are the pages you haven't seen. I don't know if you've seen these ones or not. So we went apple picking. So I tried to keep the colors light and airy on this one. I did some tumbled glass distress ink clouds in the background and a little bit of yellow on this side because it was a sunny day. There's a picture of me in the field, there's a picture of my husband carrying the apples, and I took a picture of everything we got there when we got home. So many good things, apples and cider and caramel corn and all kinds of things. And a little Facebook status that my husband had posted. I thought that was cute, so I took a picture of that as well. And you can see I've changed my writing style. I'm trying to do this small caps thing. I use a really fine pen for that. I use a Faber-Castell XS fine liner, and I'm still getting used to it. I think it looks good. Like, it's definitely letting me fit more journaling on these small pages, but I'm not 100% that this is my style, but I'm trying it. I did it all in this book, so you'll see that. Lots of alphas. Then my mother came to visit from the 7th to the 10th, so I've just been using the same date stamp for most of my pages. I used some alphas to do a title, and then I just took some pictures. Here she is at the airport. Here we are having dinner. Here she is hanging out with my sister, and there's the 3 of us together. And then I did a bunch of stamping on here, but I think it's hard to see, but there's some pale purple borders stamped around here, and then I stamped Together is Better. And then I used some We Are Family snap washi and stickers to kind of use as embellishments. I use a lot of snap stuff in this book. I'm just finding their stuff is so easy to use right now. So there's mostly simple stories, snap simple stories, stickers, and embellishments that I've been using in here. This is also Simple Stories Gathered Collection stickers. They made this alpha. This journaling card I think is from their Seasons journaling cards. So Canadian Thanksgiving happened earlier this month. So I took pictures of the turkey and the pie since that was my husband and my contributions. My sister did all the side dishes, so I took a picture of what my plate looked like. I used a journaling card down here, a picture of us all at the table, and lots of words. I like those pages. I think they really pop. And then I did instead of doing 2-page spreads on this one, I just did a single page saying long pants, long sleeves. I took a picture of myself the first day that I actually wore pants and sleeves to kind of acknowledge the summer's gone and fall is here. And to do this page, I used distress inks on the background, and then but before that I had used some clear embossing powder to stamp some things down. So that gave it some texture, and then I just used typewriter font to print off my journaling, and I used a stencil to do my title, and I like how that page turned out. I'm using a lot of different techniques I find in this book, and I like that a lot about this book. The next one is, nope, still hot, because after it got cold, it got back to hot again. So I used, again, washi tape here and some stickers. I think these are from the Snap Posh sticker sheet. I could be wrong. And this is like a piece of decoupage paper that I used. I got that on clearance at Michael's a couple months ago. And I like it because it doesn't add much dimension. You can see I really tried to stay away from dimensional elements in this book. It's almost all stickers and paper. It's because even using small things like this, it still got pretty chunky. so I don't use anything dimensional in here. So you may have seen these pictures already. I share a lot of my pictures on Instagram, or a lot of my pages on Instagram before you guys see them here on my YouTube. So if you want to see them early, just follow me on Instagram. I'm JackieQ2 on there, and I'll link to it below if you want to see these. But this one I actually showed step by step on Instagram. I painted the pages black with Winsor & Newton ink, and then I used a Recollections watercolor pad. It was, I don't know, it was one of the ones that was out in the summer, to do a background sheet. It was like a 6x6 paper pad, and it had these embellishments, and I watercolored those as well. And I think they really pop off the black background. And then since it was at night, I just put some gold stars as embellishments and used journaling spots. So I just took some pictures at the party. Here we are partying. Here's some bottles. My husband and I after too many glasses of wine, and my sister when we ordered Indian food. The next one is called Lazy Sunday. So I stamped the word Sunday. It's a little hard to see there. I used Distress inks on the background. I think it's worn lipstick and a Heidi Swap plus sign stencil, and more snap stickers. I think these ones are Posh stickers as well. And we just had a lazy day that day, so I journaled about it and just put a picture of some junk food that we ate. It was great. The next day I didn't have any pictures, so we went for Thai food. So I just Googled like for Thai clip art, and I just drew it in, and I colored it in with my Inktense pencils. And I think this turned out really cute. I used my circle stencil to shape the bowl and the noodles. I think it worked really well. I did a little bit of hand lettering here, used some stickers, and this is also hand lettered using my Inktense pencils. This one's using my Staedtler pens. And I really like that page. I think it turned out well. I forgot to write in caps, so I used my regular handwriting on that page. We went to a Jays game. We actually went to the game that knocked them out of the World Series. And it was an important moment. I was glad I was a part of it. I was sad they lost, but you know, you win some, you lose some. So I cut a bunch of things out of the newspaper. This is from the newspaper. This is. I used some gold pink paisley alphas to do my title, ALCS Game 5. I took a picture of the field and a picture of my husband and I at the game. And I used some Distress inks to do, I think it's like blueprint sketch around to do the border, and then tumbled glass to do like a starburst. And I like those pages a lot. The next one's called Clutter. My landlord required me to pull everything out of my kitchen, so it was all over my home. So I just took pictures of the really bad spots that were just like piled with everything from my kitchen. And then to kind of get the feeling of clutter, I just did a really messy, gross background with my Staedtler Triplus Fineliner pens, and I used black ink to kind of roughly make a border around these, and I think it got the message across. But then it was hard to read the journaling, so I used a bold font, and I think that really helped. The next one I called Leapin' Lizards. I never see my husband do anything creative, so when he does, it's worth me doing a page in my book. He drew a lizard on we were at a restaurant, you know, where they have the crayons at the table, and he drew this awesome lizard, so I took a picture of him drawing it. I took a picture of the lizard. I used green Distress ink, and I used this stencil that kind of reminded me of lizard scales, and these are some Heidi Swap alphas, and this is just a Fancy Pants rub-on, a little bit of washi tape, and I just sketched an outline around my pictures. The next one is called Autumn Color Walk. So we went and walked through the woods to see the pretty leaves. So there's a picture of my sister and I sitting on the steps, my husband and I walking through the woods, and this was just a really pretty tree. I used some Recollection leaf stickers and some snap journaling cards here and here, and just some random stickers, and these are snap as well. Yeah, I like those pages. I love fall. Do you guys love fall? Love it. So then we spent a night in Niagara. So my husband was there for work, but we got an extra night there, so I went up with him for one night. And I just took pictures out of our hotel room of what we saw, and I just used some washi tape and some Freckled Fawn enamel stars. This is the most dimensional thing I used in the whole book, but they just matched so well I couldn't resist it. I used some Tim Holtz gold alpha rub-ons, and I forget who makes these alphas, but they're clear, and then I just outlined them. So really simple pages, but I think they get the point across. Then we played at the arcade. I love the arcade. My husband and I go once in a while, maybe a couple times a year. So I wanted to make these fun, so I have this packing tape that's Lisa Frank, and it's covered in stars. I got it at Dollarama last year. And I put that down the sides. I have these Sandy Lion stickers also from Dollarama, and I thought they looked so arcadey. So I included that. I took pictures of the tokens in my hands. My husband and I playing games. Here we are standing outside on the kind of Niagara Strip, I guess you could call it, with a little My Mind's Eye embellishment that says just the two of us. I used a Amy Tangerine camera because I liked the colors in it, and I put a picture of our prizes. We won a pencil and some growing octopus. And just put some journaling. This is a snap embellishment, I think, that says lucky. Oh, and that's one of the actual tickets that you win there, so I saved one. We didn't need it. The next one I just called Traveling Alone. I used some Sticko Alphas down there, and this was my ride home from Niagara, so I just did the background all in fall colors using Distress Inks, because that was what my view was just beautiful fall colors, and I put flowers and leaves because that's what I was seeing. And then I just took a picture of the train and the bus that I took, picture of me riding the bus, and just a journaling card with some notes. The next one I called Tea for Two. My sister came over and we shared a cheesecake and a caramel apple, and I just put a picture of the place where I got the caramel apple as well. So I just used a journaling card to write about that, and I used Distress Ink, I think it's Dusty Concord, on the background here, and just a piece of washi tape. I think it's a little bee washi tape. And some alphas. And then Halloween. My husband and I don't really celebrate Halloween. We're not Halloween people, but we did do some Snapchat filter photos. So there's me looking scary and him looking like a sugar skull. And the background, I just used acrylic paint, just did like a purple splotch, orange splotch, green splotch, and I think it turned out great. And then I just used some die cuts that I got at the dollar store. They're K & Company. I love this little ghost. He's so cute. And I did some stamping with some of my Halloween stamps, because I only get to use them once a year, so I used pretty much everything I had and just doodled some dots all over the place. I think those pages turned out cool. And then the last one is just called Lovely Days. And this is the inside cover, and I just put some extra fall pictures I had that hadn't made it else anywhere in the book, so like a big pile of pumpkins, my feet in the leaves. This is just some of the leaves. This is actually a photograph that I just cut a strip off of. Leaves on the ground, and then this is like cabbage and pumpkins, and I thought it was really pretty. And I just did some journaling about how much I'm happy that fall's finally here and how much I was tired of summer. Used to snap stickers all over the place. These rub-ons have been in my stash for a while. I forget who makes them. This is a snap journaling card and just some washi tape and some alphas. And that is the end of this insert. So I guess in November I'm going to start a new one. I'm going to use the craft insert that came with this book. I'm a little nervous using craft, but I've seen other people use it and it looks awesome, so I'm going to go with it. And we don't have much time left, so I'm going to go through the rest pretty quickly. My bullet journal is going to have to wait till another video, but I will just give you a quick look at it, so you see what I'll be showing you. But we'll basically go through how I set it up, what I'm using in here, things I'm doing. I'm using it as a tracker and a memory keeper. I am not using it as a planner. So yeah, I'll go through that in another video when we've got some time. And then I've got my folder, then I've got my planner, and again I'm just doing a month on 2 pages. So September is done, October is done, and now we get into November, so I just need to start on that one. And I don't have my December stickers yet, but I'll get them. I ordered them. They're on their way. Again, my stickers all of these are from Allison Jensen Crafts on Etsy. I'll link to her below as well. And I use the So Much Crafting monthly kits that she puts out, and I just order one every month, and I use that to do my calendar, and I love it. You make wonderful stickers, Allison. Then we get into my planner stickers, haven't changed, or stamps and stickers, and then we get into my reading insert. So those are kind of stuck out a little bit. I've been trying to read 1 book a month, so I think I can't remember if I showed you these pages already, but this was the book I read these pages already rather. This is the book that I read in September, Ready Player One, and I just do washi tape. Oh, my sister just walked in. I do washi tape on the top. I draw icons from the book, and I write my notes in here. I give it a rating out of 5 stars. So I think I may have shown you this one already, and then this is the one I did last month. I read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I never read a play before. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars, and I just drew a couple icons from the book, used a different kind of washi tape, and same format. So yeah, that's where we're at in this book. So stay tuned. I'm going to do another video with my bullet journal flip through, and we'll talk about that. And yeah, I'll probably be back in a month with another update. I don't know. Play it by ear. Thanks so much for watching.